Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, karibu sana. If you're a new subscriber, karibu sana, tunapenda wageni. My name is Lydia Wanjiru, and as the title suggests, I'm letting you in my little world of my background to get to know a little bit about me, what I'm about, my little background, where I was born, and probably that's how you'll get to know why I think the way I think, or why I do the things the way I do, or why I say things the way I say them. Yeah, so karibu sana. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video if you'll enjoy it, don't forget to share if you enjoy it. Anyway, let's get into it. My name is Lydia Wanjiru. I just have two names on my ID, on my socials, on all my documents, just two names, and I'm good with that. And I was born in 1993, so in 2023 I'll be turning that dirty 30s. Hey, I'm so excited, but growing old as well, but comes with all the blessings. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be turning 30, but right now I'm 29 because it's in January, and I'll be turning 30 in July. And I was born in Nyandarua County in Olkalau, but later on my mom moved to Eldoret, where she raised me for a few years before she passed on in 2002. And after she passed on, I moved in with my grandmother in Nakuru. A little backstory on that, but then I don't know the exact dates I was born, the exact year, the exact month. Like 12th July 1993 are the days, are my official date, month, years, and dates, but that is what I cooked for myself because nobody around me, even my sister or even those who raised me, knows the specific time, day, month, and year I was born. So those are I had to cook them for myself because later on you'll understand why. For now, yeah, I don't know the exact time I was born. Nobody tells me, nobody knows. Anyway, you would ask, I'm mentioning about my mom and not mentioning my dad. Again, I don't know my dad. Like, I've never seen him, I've never heard of him. Nobody knows where he is. Nobody knows how he looks like. Nobody knows his tribe. Some say he's Maasai, some say he's Kikuyu. I don't know, and I don't think at this age and where I am mentally, like, I care about that, like, to know him. I think I've gone through a lot in life to come to a point like I'll deal with what I have. What I don't have, what I can't change, we leave it to God. And I have two siblings. We are a family of 3, and I'm the last born. I have an elder brother who then is followed by my elder sister and then me. But right now we are just me and my sister, because after we separated in 2006 with my brother, I have never seen him again. Even my sister, when we separated in 2006, we came to reunite in 2017 after 11 years. And if you subscribe to my channel, which I recommend, you will now come to understand why that happened later. But I was orphaned in 2002, and the grandmother that raised me is not my real grandmother. Like, the mother to my mom is the aunt to my mom. She's a sister to my mom's mother. Are you getting it? The grandmother that raised me is the aunt to my mom. She is a sister, stepsister, in fact, not one mother, same father. The grandmother that raised me is a step sister to my mom's mom. So there's a bit of a gap, a bit of a gap in relation to that family. So I really didn't have a good background upbringing because I had to mature early because of the things I went through, because, you know, growing up, my mom orphaned me. I became orphaned when, sorry to my mom, sorry. I became orphaned in 2002, and I think I was 9 years because I was in class 2. And a class 2 child is really still young to understand what's happening, and also to like adjust that fast to changes, because you really don't understand that you have lost your mother for the rest of your life. You will now come to understand later, after you realize your life is no longer the way it used to be. You no longer have this person that used to shower you with love, used to care about you, used to talk to you nicely, used to correct you with so much love, and, you know, soft soft parenting. And then now you shift to this hard parenting, and it is one of the things that affects someone's, when you're becoming when you turn into an adult. Because I think one of the things I've realized, nobody talks about what happens to children that were orphaned and now they are adults, how they live their life, how their adulthood turns out, or how they tackle life issues without a closer guidance like that of a parent. You see, the way people say, if you go out there into the world and things fail, you can always come back home and start again. Orphans don't have that. So it's either you make it, or you make it, or you give up and die, like literally. Or you give up and just let go of your life and you die. Nobody like really is there to hold your hand, to guide you, to offer a shoulder to lean on, to give you some time off, from life, and tell you, just come home, take some weeks off, take some months off, go back to the drawing board and start again. As an orphan, you don't have that choice. There is no plan B whatsoever. You are the first plan and the last plan. Like, it's you and you only. As I've told you, I was, me and my sister separated for 11 years. So I was left in the hands of this family that I went through a lot. Like, I went through a lot. And to think about it nowadays, when I think about, I've forgiven them for some things, but some things no. And that's what makes me not want to be part of them, or not want to associate myself with them, is the fact that this is one of the wealthiest families in Nakuru. Like, when you say that name, so many people will know who they are. And I won't mention their name. But they had so much capability to bring me up like their own, to nurture me in a way, in like the way they nurture their children, like to take me to schools, like schools, the same schools they take their children, because I've been always a bright person. Like, I am very well knowledgeable. I used to perform very well in school, and even my high school certificate I got a B. So to treat me the way they treated me does not warranty anything. And some things they did that I'll talk about much later when I'm going step by step on the way I grew up. That's when you'll understand why I'm saying every day I was reminded I don't belong to that family. Every day I was reminded I am not part of that family. And that's when I got a chance to move out of that house, out of that family, I left and I've never looked back. Not even one day, even when the two nights I slept in the streets, I never even thought of going back. I've slept in the street two nighs. Lack of anywhere to go, no place to call home, no one to call a friend that you can, go and knock their door and ask for shelter or just to sleep or eat. And it was 2013. It was the hardest, one of the hardest, because I've had so many hardest moments in my life, but it was one of the most hardest periods of my life. I was so scared. I was so young. And then I didn't have anyone, like literally. And I knew several houses that belonged to that family that I would just knock on the door and probably they would have taken back, but that would have again warranted a very big fight. Like I would have been beaten. So I just couldn't. But when I was sleeping even in the streets, I couldn't even think to myself, like, I can just go to that door and knock and they would receive me. Like, it didn't cross my mind. That means I was so done. I just wanted to go out and to get out of that family. And I've never looked back. And thank God, I really do thank God for my life, because he gave me so much willpower. And there's no one day that I have ever felt like giving up. Never. I've never one day, one day, I've never felt like giving up in life, like committing suicide, like just, doing some problems push someone to some extent of doing things that we really don't want to do. I listened to some documentaries like this one's for prostitutions, people who do smuggling, people who do drugs, most people who are in the streets. They just say they're orphans, the family don't want them, they don't have a choice than to survive. Some sell their body to survive, some do drugs to survive, some are just alcoholics to forget their problems. I thank God I've never gotten to that point mentally and emotionally. I've always been the type, when I'm going through something, I always feel like it's just a period of time, and then after that God is going to bless me with something. I don't know, my mind is just formatted like that. I always know it's just a period of time and then things will shift. So my work is only to persevere and survive as much as I can until that period comes to an end. So one of the things I really opened my YouTube channel is to discuss about the things adults go through, especially orphaned adults, like those adults that were orphaned when they are young, and from then when they became adults, what happened to them? How do they live their life? What are the traumas? Because the traumas are what most of them deal with. A lot of traumas, a lot of worries, a lot of no guidance, a lot of doubts, and then you become vulnerable because you get into a relationship or a marriage, people use you, people abuse you because they know you don't have anywhere to go back to. You don't have a family to go back to. You don't have someone to come and help you talk you out of that situation or help you solve this whatever situation it is. Yani, you don't have a rescue team. It's only you and you alone. And with that, I felt the need to speak because we are a lot. Imagine, some time back I was looking at the statistics of orphans, and it says, I think it has changed. Every day 113,000 children are orphaned, like they are left without a parent. And to imagine that number can be that high, which is maybe higher right now, because I think that was last year when I was doing that research. To think that number can be that high and nobody talks about it, nobody does anything about it, nobody even cares to look into what happens to these people when they become adults, how they cope in the society, how they adjust, how they find their place in the society. It is sad. It is horrible. It is bad. And those are one of the things I really want to talk on my YouTube channel. And I hope you will subscribe, because the next video I'll drop, I'll just introduce myself, the way how how I was born, how come I got orphaned. Like, we'll go step by step because it's a long story. You know, I'm 29 years. So from 9 years when I was orphaned, or even from 1 year, because I just want to bring you into my world completely, into my background and up to where I am. So it will be a lot, and I'll have to do it in partitions of videos so that I can take you step by step. So I wish that my biggest wish is that you'll subscribe and you like this video, and you'll share with someone you feel like this content, they will be able to resonate with this content, so that we can be able to bring up a community that can help each other, a community that can be able to be there for each other. We listen to each other. You know, sometimes when even if you don't get that much help, sharing what is in your heart or what is in your mind kind of solves the problem into half. Like, you know, you have someone you can talk to. Because one of the things, like, orphans go through, or the adult orphan goes through, is that you don't have someone to talk to. You don't have a relative, they don't have siblings. They were just left alone, like you don't have anyone to talk to. You don't have anyone to share your demise, what you're going through, what's in your mind. And that's why you see some people commit even suicide, some end up leading a very bad life, because you just feel, because from the word go, how your mind has been formatted since you were orphan, you felt like there was nobody for you, like nobody to listen to, there's nobody who cares about you. And that's why it's so easy to give up. That's why it's so easy to give up. That's why it's so easy to throw in the towel. But I'm hoping that we can be able to bring up a community. I'm calling it a community, hoping that people can show up at least, so that we can be able to do something and listen to each other, console each other, try to motivate each other, and to push each other not to give up, because we are not our problems. It's not our fault that we are orphaned. It's not our fault that what happened to us, that and we don't deserve what happened to us. What happened to us is the universe and nature and God. God knows why he had to take our parents away. So yeah, I hope, I don't know, I've just jungled through that video, like words here and there. I hope I've communicated. So yeah, thank you for being here, and please subscribe. The next episode drops on Monday. I'm hoping that I'll post this video by Friday, so that I can be able to now release content consistently. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And with that, until next time, bye.